All right, here are some of the images that I got. And I've got the people that submitted images yesterday. Over on the left, for some reason or other, if you didn't make the cut, that's fine. I'll probably message you. But let's just dive right into some of the editing. Let's talk about it as we're exploring what we're doing. I am interested in the different types of cameras. So here we've got a Rebel, which is a DSLR. We've got a 6,000 by 4,000, which what is that, 24 megapixel? So that should be pretty nice. And if we look down here, what kind of file type? RAW. So I mean, this one's a JPEG. It threw me some easy ones. So we are in Lightroom. Let's switch to an editing mode, and let's just skip over to the RAW one and see what I would do. I mean, I'm just seeing right now if I enjoy this. What do I do? Are my style of edits any good? We're going to crop this, and I may start doing some teaching again. So a lot of what I do with my editing has to do with my teaching philosophy, and if I teach someone, I always teach the language of editing, the philosophy, the language. I teach that first so that you can communicate, so what I'm doing makes sense. Right now you're going, oh, okay, it looks like it works, but it really just, it fits in with my editing, my philosophy. Okay, this picture, I mean, it was pretty good to start with. Like, there's not too much that I would do. You're wondering if when you're sitting here editing it, I'm still thinking about, is it a full silhouette? Do I bring back some of these darks? And I know that because it's a RAW file from a DSLR and 24 megapixels, I could bring back some of this. And what would make it, I mean, I still want some of those blacks to be punchy. So right now I'm just fiddling around while I try to make a really good decision of what do I actually want. And the reason is I don't think this is going to look too different than when we started. And that's part of the decision in editing, right? You just do the minimal that you need to, right? Don't go overboard. I think that's it. And so I'm going to mark it with a blue down here, saying it's done. Now CR2, that means raw, 24 megapixels. What I may do, now that this isn't a silhouette one, is I may create a lot of profiles for different cameras, right? Based on my look. And that's people want pictures, then they want edited by me, then they want bright, sharp, nice, whatever, colorful, bright. Well, I don't know. How would you describe it, I guess? Let's leave it up to you. And with a lot of cameras, we're going to be doing a lot with noise reduction. I shoot pretty low ISO most all the time, so I'm not as used to it. So I'll be learning noise reduction a little bit more and how it impacts different cameras. Okay, so he's down here, almost right in the middle. Question is that the bottom looks way more interesting than the top. At what point do we cut it off? Now he's a little more near the third. I think that's going to work a little bit better. You're sending it here. You're also, pictures are going to get cropped. I'm going to basically reframe it for you some of the time. Put what's in focus, make what's important in focus, and make what the focus is. Make it the focus. Oh crap, I say this so many times, I can't remember my little saying. Okay. The problem area on the noise is going to be what was dark here. So we're just going to do a brush. And then maybe another brush just on this black area. And then, man, that needs to... Good thing for the 4K 43-inch monitor, I can see that pretty easily, and you guys are like, looks good to me, probably. I don't know. Question is, does this record in 4K? Will I be able to upload it? So many questions. So many questions. This is all pretty much just a lot of questions for me. And we are trying things out. Yeah. What else? What else? I shouldn't go over too much on one single picture, but I think the picture's pretty cool. And I'm not really going to talk too much about the pictures because I will to people that have learned, taking classes from me about the philosophy of aesthetics or the language of photography. And if we speak the same language, I can communicate my tips and thoughts about pictures. So, anyways, that was a lot of exploring and took way too long. I could have gotten that done way faster. Oh, before and after? Let's do it. Here I didn't think I did too much, but I guess I did. Okay. That's, well, man, that's a pretty darn cool shot. So let's make sure it's even, or it's perceived as level. And I think the perception thing right here is the tree and the general up-downness with the curve of the legs. I don't know. I don't think it's important to him, but mountains have a sense of being up and down, especially that one. And that sense just needs to be there. So that's, there's no really particular straight lines that we're going off of. Oh, what I need to do is create that preset I was talking about. So medium contrast, up shadows, da-da-da. I mean, that's half the work right there. Well, you know what? I forgot to do on the last one. Dehaze is always fun. And because you're doing the dehaze and clarity, you need to go a little bit more up on shadows and probably just up on the general exposure because you've added contrast, which adds a little bit of, anyways, darkness to it. And, okay. So we'll create that preset inside of cameras and we'll call it T2I. Oh, I forgot noise reduction. That's important. But we can just update with the current settings. There we go. Okay. Now, I should be able to do these other two. I don't know if they're both RAWs or if any of them are JPEG, so I'm going to wait for a moment. I guess I could see here. That's a JPEG. That's a JPEG. So what I'll do is I'll just, I'll wait to do it so that you can see the transformation. How about that? Oh, I was going to do my dodge and burn, which is a remnant. That means light and darken. It's just from the old film days. That's what they used to do to edit. They used to do, I mean, that was their extent of editing, right? They'd spent a long time doing it, though, because it was a lot longer process for them to edit in Film Lab in the dark room. But now we are in Lightroom. Okay, how much of that sky is important? Let's dark it out with L button. We need a good border. Good border. There we go. that makes sense to me. I'll probably extend that out a little. Okay. We don't want any halos around him. So, I don't know how those happened. Did I do a brush? Maybe it's just a natural halo. I don't want no halo. I don't want anyone to think this picture was really edited. Do we want the face a little bit brighter now that I'm back here? Light and a little bit of... And we could try the auto mask feature as well so we don't get any halos. So I can just do a big brush. Ooh, but that's going to make his arm look weird. So we got to do his arm as well. And probably too much. Now, that definitely has halos around it, so we're going to do a color mask. So that should, yep, get rid of those. Hit the Alt button and see. There we go. Cool. I like it. Maybe a little bit of the leg. Okay, anyways, not too important. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good edit. I love this, actually. This is my experiment, seeing if this is fun or fulfilling, right? This is pretty fulfilling, actually. All right, we're getting so little of that I'm bothered by that. We shall see. Yeah, make her look like she's just floating. You didn't do the whole bottom. Let's just get rid of it. Right about there. We're far enough away from the kneecaps. And that little section's bothering me. That is clean now. That is clean. And we have a preset. Boom. And that preset doesn't handle, I don't know, 100 ISO. It should be pretty good. I feel like there's a little bit of noise in there. I didn't go up too much in the shadows. I did, I guess. Can't handle it too much on those older cameras. That's my guessing. Let's do a darker brush. Let's go back on that. It's a little bit dark, a little unnatural. And how bright everything else is. Natural. You make me feel like a natural photographer. Okay. If I'm going to do just the face, I wanted to do this whole area. Okay. Now, how about the face with a little bit of warmth? Let's warm her up. It's a cold day, snow on the ground. We're going to warm you up. And we're going to mask it so that it just affects the facial areas. And you can see, I don't know if you saw that little momentary blink where it did what it needed to do. And while we're at it, let's denoisify it. A little bit of dehaze. Okay. Anyways, that's all you should have to do. I hope they're happy with that. Can't do too much because it's a JPEG at 640 ISO, and it's dark everywhere, but this is blown out. Can't recover that stream. Let's try. Well, let's try. The problem is, don't go too much on the highlights. Got to keep those because they get muddy when they go down here. Because there was nothing to recover. It was just pure white. You can't darken pure white without it looking funny. Okay. Wow, a JPEG. I just don't edit many JPEGs, so I don't know what this is about. maybe what I do, I'm just thinking about other things while I do this. So I was thinking about, I can export all of the pictures as before they're edited. Oh, no, I can make virtual copies, and then at the end I can put them side by side on the print program and export them side by side. Oh, that'll be fun. We'll have to do that. Maybe even on this one. I can make the virtual copies and just revert back on each of them. So, anyways. What else should we do? Oh, we already got the reds in there because we used the preset. I love doing a split tone, undertone. That. Well, I don't think we have to do anything else. I think that speaks for itself. I do want to know, still 2,400. Someone is hiding a bowling ball in their sweatshirt there. Just kidding. And as we saw, this could be good. Doing the preset. Maybe a little bit less on the whites. JPEGs aren't quite that capable. But then again, I'm not a JPEG expert. A JPEG editing expert. I guess doing this, a lot of you, some percentage of you are going to grab Lightroom and just do what I do anyways, and you won't have to send them to me. But maybe I'll continue to want to do these, and there's going to be a proportion of the population that's not going to spend the money on Lightroom or the time, and they'll send them on over. Or maybe I don't want to do them anyways. But it's been pretty fulfilling so far. The next batch, I really do need to figure out how long it took. I don't know if you're watching this far in the future, but if you're watching this close to the upload date, feel free to send a link to a way I can batch download them. And I'm still experimenting. I know for a fact Google Drive has been awesome, but if you have a better way to send me a batch group of them, then go for it. That's JARVIE at jarviedigital.com. Okay? And let's see how far we can get that face lightened up. See what it looked like before. Sometimes when you do it, it looks a little funky when you lighten up the face. You're changing some of the shadows around, but I think I kept it all pretty consistent, just lighter, everything lighter. So, you know what? I may need to do a mask. Because I think I may have got some of the green area. Ew. Let's see. Okay. What else on this? I just need to go a little faster. I'm capable of that. I just need to be sharper on the ball a little bit more. We got some of the mountains. I kind of don't almost... It was about the whole scene, right? Yeah, so let's keep it all. Alright, let's go back to grid mode on these. Let's make these all blue so I know I've edited them. And then let's try this last final one. I was a little bit hesitant at the beginning because that sky is so blown out. We'll see what my... It is 1855 millimeters, so it tells me it's a DSLR. Ooh, it did not, those highlights did not affect the sky very much, right? A little bit too dark for my comfort. So, because the sky just was too bright, oh, but it was all about that nice scene, not just about him. It's not really a picture about him, is it? And that's what we're determining on the editing. It's a picture about him in the scene. If it was about him, I would remove the blown out sky. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be as solid, but I'll do a quick few things and not spend too much time. Now, you get a Photoshop editor. He could do some crazy stuff, maybe even replace the sky, just do crazy amounts of stuff. Go ahead, feel free to send him hundreds of dollars for his time and his abilities. I'm sure some won't charge that much. But you are not sending in hundreds of dollars to me, nor am I. I don't even have Photoshop. So we are not replacing skies. We are doing my edits on other people's work. You got a boo-boo. His face, obviously a little flushed. Skin tint down. We're definitely going to have to put a mask on that. I am not liking his skin color. It is too green, don't you think? Purple it up. Maybe desaturate it a little bit. And then, no auto mask. Auto mask was always a pain. Okay. Alright. What else? We add some color into his skin. I don't know how to save that. Not too well. Well, at least it's less weird colors. Yeah, I brought some blue. Pretty happy with it. Let's mark it blue. Let's see, we got the 7 images. And while we're at it, you guys probably don't care about this part, but we are going to create a so we create virtual copy, and we are going to invert the selection, and then we're going to go to one of them, and we're going to hit reset, and then we're going to sync. Sync it all. Will that work for me? Let's go back through them. Okay. Edit, non-edit, edit, non-edit, edit, non-edit, edit, non-edit, edit, non-edit, edit. Okay, they're all next to each other. So we're going to select them all. Is there side-by-side? User templates. I have not created any user templates. Well, ain't that awesome. I don't need a rotate to fit, zoom to fill. Let's make sure we've got 2 columns. Rotate to, no, zoom to fill, no. What is it? I forgot. Well, we need guides on. I can make this once. We're not going to do printer, we're going to do JPEG file. JPEG print sharpening. We don't need to do sharpening. Custom dimensions. What should we do? What should we do? 5 by 10? That means times 300, so that's 3000 by 1500. And we definitely need it to be, oh, why is that 110? 8. How about 8 by 8? Out. Right color. Okay. Keep square. Heh. Sorry, this part's not as exciting. You could, you're done. Go ahead, feel free to end the video. I'm going to set this up once so that I can send. And then, there we go. And we don't need that big of a spacing. 0.03. How about that? I wish there was a little bit faster method for this. 9 by 7. There we go. I like that. Okay. I want it to be... Anyways, we're going to save this. Goes into user templates. Side by side comparison. Verticals. Great. Okay, so this is page 1 of 7. Let's go to the next page. I need to do a horizontal one. These are tons of horizontals. Can't change the order. That's a pain in the butt, Tom. So there's only 2 pages now, right? So we are going to print to file. We're going to put this in my drive that I've got set aside for this. Results are in. Okay. And that should be it.